everybody, it's Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop, and I welcome you to another episode of my Shopcast. And how can I feel anything but bright and cheery with these beautiful sweaters right here in Camilla yarn from Louisa Harding. This morning when I woke up, I was just couldn't wait till this afternoon to be able to do this podcast. So I'm really excited about being here with you. These are just such gorgeous colors. And I'm not even an orange person, but this just makes me so happy. And it's so pretty and it's so soft. So you know what? We're just going to go right into these sweaters and the yarn. First, let me grab these patterns here and I'll show them to you on the model. And then we'll talk about the yarn. And there was one that I really wanted to have, and it's this one here. It's called Nettle, and they didn't have it available. Whoops, they didn't have it available for me to be able to show it to you. So anyway, so this will just, whoa, these are really slippery. So these will just have to suffice. So anyway, the yarn, let me show you the yarn. The yarn is called Camilla, and it is from Louisa Harding, as I said before. And it comes in a 100-gram skein like this. It's 80% cotton. Comes in amazing colors. 80% cotton, 10% linen, and 10% viscose. And it is a heavy worsted weight. It's about 4.5 stitches to the inch. And they're suggesting to use like a size 8 US or a 6 millimeter. And yardage on it is good yardage, 218 yards. So this gorgeous pink, and I hope that you're all doing really well today. Beautiful, beautiful weekend. Of course, it's very hot in so many places. It's hot and steamy here in Connecticut. So we have a gorgeous purple and a gray and a beautiful light blue. And of course the orange. And there's this beautiful tomato color, which I don't have, a pale pink, a cream color. It's funny because I went with like the fuchsia color. I always go with fuchsia, but until I saw these garments in the beautiful tangerine color and the tomato, I just would not have considered getting those colors in. But now I'm hoping that some of you will want these colors so that I can order them in. So anyway, this particular sweater right here, the Nettle, let me tell you a little bit about it. So I just love the lace on it and picot edging on the bottom and the sleeve. Sizing on this goes 36, 39 and a half, and 42. And it takes between three to 4 skeins of yarn. So that's, that's not bad for that. Oh, and here's the back of it. And very simple little eyelet. Really cute little sweater. And then they also show it in a little vest style. And there's a little kind of shawl, scarf, very simple. And then I'm going to show you all the ones that I don't have on the patterns. And then, yeah, I didn't get this one either, the sycamore. That's so pretty. I just love the laces like that. So if you want a long sleeve piece, and sizing on that goes from 36 up to 47. And again, 5, 6, 7 skeins of yarn, and they're working this on a size 7 and 8 needle. Okay, so let me see here. Oh, didn't grab the picture. No, here, I have that one. I didn't grab, I thought I had it. I did have it. I don't know what happened to it. I did have the info for the sweater here. This cute little cardigan. Just take this down for you. Now, the yarn is very soft in the skein, but because this is, that's why I wanted to check on this one. I wanted to check what needle size they were using. Yeah, I think they're using 7 and 8s for everything, but because of what it's knit, how it's knit, it's so soft. It's just, it almost feels like velvet rather than cotton. It's just so gorgeous. And then the back looks like this and has the little edging. Isn't that cute? The little picot and the little eyelet with the garter stitch. Very simple, but really effective. And I just love that lace. And of course you could always, make this a little, really, well, it's kind of a crop sweater, but you could make it longer if you wanted to. But I just love it. And then I think this is an absolute gorgeous sweater right here. And actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip it right off the mannequin. But look at that. That pretty little lace. It's definitely a very cropped little sweater. But how pretty is that? The lacy yoke. I wish that you could just feel how gorgeous this is. It makes me want to knit something with this yarn. It's so incredibly soft. So pretty. So this little sweater here, it's called Acer. And it takes, let's see, sizes 31.5 to 39.25. And it takes 3 or 4 skeins of yarn. And very simple. And here's the back of it. And this is up on the website. And as you know, I put all the information in the box below the video, and there's the schematic, little shaping on there. But very, very simple, very, very pretty. So excited about this sweater. And of course you can make this longer. It doesn't have to be so cropped. Oh, look at that. Let you admire that while we're chatting here. So lots of things, super busy as usual. You've definitely kept me very busy, and you've been really giving me some great information. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call it the Great Pattern Debate. I had asked last week, and thank you so much for answering and giving your comments, and a lot of you emailed and kind of gave me more expanded answers, so that was very nice. But the Great Pattern Debate was, I asked about if you prefer to get PDFs, patterns emailed to you, or if you preferred in your hand patterns. And just one second here, I got a smudge in my glasses that is driving me crazy. And I have to say, some of you feel very strongly about print patterns, and some of you feel very strongly about being able to put them on your device. I do that a little bit. I do have Knit Companion, which is an app that you can have on your phone or on your laptop. And I do kind of like being able to, like if I'm following a graph, I can follow along on that. Or if I forget my pattern, my paper pattern, I have a backup on my phone. So that's kind of nice. But I do like to have a paper pattern. And some of you are kind of, either way, but most of you have a very, very strong preference. And I get that. So my thoughts on it are, I know some of you that definitely need your paper pattern, so you will certainly get those. I'm going to try to lean towards maybe doing both, or maybe give you the option if you want to choose that. But I think I am always going to lean towards making sure you have a paper pattern and back it up with a PDF as well, so you get the best of both worlds. So I try to do what I can to make everybody happy. It's never possible to do that, but when I can, I try. So let's see, what else do I have to say? Okay, so Christmas in July. We are in July. I feel like we're almost like in the middle of July. How did that happen? So I had a little Christmas in July chick. That would be a cute little project for you, just as a Christmas in July, or looking towards the holidays. So there we go. Now usually I make the medium size, but for this one I was kind of in a hurry. It was a little under the gun to get this done, so I just made a little itty bitty one. But you can, the pattern's written in 3 sizes, so you can do what you'd like. I am offering kits, and again, up on the website, I'm offering like a 3 skein kit, so you get the green, the red, and the white. Of course, I'm happy to do just what, whatever you'd like. If you can always give me a call, and I'm happy to do whatever I can. There's going to be half kits where you get enough to do 2 chicks, and you get a half a ball of the colors. Oh, and then also for those of you that I know, a number of you have been asking for a crocheted pattern for a crocheted chick. So here we go, crocheted chick. Finally I got her crocheted up, got the pattern. I don't know what it is. I almost feel like crocheted patterns are harder to write than a knitting pattern is. I'm not quite sure why, but they feel harder. But anyway, it's done, and it's up on my website. I did not put it up on Ravelry. It's just up on my website if you want it. So you can go there and you can download the pattern from there. It is a purchasable pattern. And then, of course, this little guy I have... No, I don't think I offered this as a pattern by itself. It's just a kit. I'm pretty sure I did just as a kit. And I think that's the way I'm going to keep it right now. Let's see. I guess I should just... I'll save that for later. I'll say one more chick related thing, and then I have another one at the end. But you guys, just when I think I'm going to be done with chicks, kind of, you come up with some great ideas. So what happened was, let's start out with the shawl first. I mentioned, or probably showed this last week, because I noticed that it was in my notes. And where is my shawl? Okay, I put it so I would be able to just put my, right here, hanging up. Okay, so I finally finished, and it was a matter of just binding off 1 stitch and then dropping my fringe down. But I finished my dappled ridged shawl. It takes 2 skeins of Cumulus from Juniper Moon, and here we go. So it's a self fringing. You knit it in, you knit from one end to the center, and then you decrease to the other end. In the meantime, keeping stitches set aside that you were going to drop down for your fringe. And if you look, it does kind of make, because it's not a plied yarn. Let me look at this yarn. Well, because it's a very softly made yarn, it tends to create like a self-twisted fringe, kind of. I just steamed it a little bit. I still haven't really done much with it, but super, super easy. And everybody that has put it on, everybody that's put it on has just been amazed at how soft it is. All right, let's do this. Let's get ourselves organized. Can I do this? Okay, but there we go. So it makes a nice little fringe. And when you're done, you're done. Once you drop that down, you are finished. Just, maybe, I don't even weave any ends in because I've got the fringe. I just take my ends, make them match the fringe, trim them off, I'm done. So there's really no weaving in of ends except for your first ball and your second ball. But that's it. But how cute. So anyway, during my Facebook live show this Wednesday, and I showed this, and I was talking about the self fringing. It's kind of nice when I do the Facebook live because people can kind of, I get comments where here I'm not. So maybe, I don't know, I'm hoping to maybe start doing some YouTube lives too, because that would be kind of fun. But right now is the Facebook live, so I get some input, and I had people wanting to do a class, and I'm like, this is really not that hard that it really warrants a class, and you're going to be just knitting and knitting and knitting. It's not until you get to the very, very end of this that the exciting part happens. And sometimes maybe the nerve-wracking part because you're really worried that it's not going to work out, but it does. So somebody had suggested, what about making it in a chicklet size? So I'm like, absolutely, we could do a chicklet size. That we could do in like in a class. You could get it started We will finish it up and do the dropping down part in class. So what did I do? I made the little chicklet size shawl. Now, I also, whenever I do things for you all, I learned something. Now, in the pattern, you do make ones to do your increases, and then you do knit two togethers when you're doing your decreases. Well, I'm doing my knit two togethers, and I say to myself, you know, if I did a slip one, knit one, pass over, that might give me an even more defined edging, because you get this nice little edge. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. Probably can't see it on here, but you might see it better here. When you drop down, let's see here. Yeah, see, you get this really nice, I don't know how well we can see it. You get a nice little edging. See that nice line of stitching when you drop your stitches down. So I'm thinking, oh well, if I do that, slip one, pass over, it will give me a nice edging. No. No, it doesn't. I was very disappointed when I started dropping them down, and I'm realizing, oh, it's messy, and it does not at all give you a nice edging. So I'm glad I worked that out on a small little shawl. I mean, it's not going anywhere on here, but it doesn't look as nice as my other side. So knit two together, knit two together. Do not follow. This is one of those things. Follow the pattern. Don't try what I tried. So anyway, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that class next Saturday, and I'm going to post it up on Facebook. And also, if you want to give me a call or drop me an email, the class is going to be next Saturday, where's the date? The 20th. And it's going to be at 1 p.m. And I'm going to do it in store, but I'm also going to do a Zoom. So I will post the Zoom invitation up in the notes, and you can sign up for that, or you'll have the invitation, so you can join us at 1 p.m. next Saturday. And I will also post up a little pattern. So if you want to email me, this way I can email you the pattern too. I will email what you need to do for your homework, so that you can maybe just save a little bit for knitting, and then we're going to do the drop down, and you can see how easy and fun that it is to do. Okay, so we'll do that next Saturday. I think that would be fun. Oh, and also, so this one I made a little bit bigger. I didn't have anything to really go by. I was just kind of like winging it. So I thought, well, that's okay, because this is skinny yarn. It's a Barocco. I forgot the name of it. Meant to look it up. But I wanted it to be like kind of more like a, what do we want to call that? Not necessarily a shawl, but like a kerchief type thing. But isn't that cute? So anyway, and personally, I enjoyed working with this yarn. I'm sorry that I didn't check it out. Carousel, I can see it from here. This is Barocco's Carousel. And it just feels really nice. I think it's an acrylic cotton blend. I'm not sure if there's any wool in there. I would probably like to put a strand of mohair with it, just to beef it up just a little bit, just to make me happy. I think I was using a size 3 needle on this. But again, I started doing it with a bulky, heavier yarn, but then I got nervous because you're casting on with 6 stitches, and I was afraid it might get too big and chunky, but I shouldn't have been concerned about that, because I did the crocheted one with a worsted weight yarn, and it was fine. So it would have probably been just fine. It would have worked up faster. So yeah, so I wouldn't worry. I probably just wouldn't do a bulky. So anything from a fingering sport weight, worsted weight would be good. So anyway, so that's that. Yeah, so it's very generous for her. Let me get her all squared away. Yeah, look at that. It looks cute. It looks cute. But it's a nice little sample for you to try that out before you commit yourself to making a full-size shawl. So I just wanted to also show you, this got me to thinking. So this is done in the cumulus, as I said before, and I just grabbed a few colors. Comes in the beautiful dappled, and yeah, so it's just really pretty. 2 skeins will do it for you. If you wanted to make a bigger one, then I would just, then 3, but no more. I mean, that's going to be a really generous shawl then. Okay, I have made this shawl in so many different yarns. I've used wool. I've done bamboo bloom, which is what I wanted to talk about. Bamboo bloom is from Universal Yarns, and I have carried that yarn like 12 years. I mean, it's been around for a while, and did so much with that yarn. The first thing I ever made with bamboo bloom, let me show you. Now, I thought they had discontinued this yarn. We'll stay in keeping with the bright colors. This goes beautiful. Oh, here, let me do this, then you can really see it. Look at that, citrusy. Oh my goodness, how pretty is that? Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness, I think I need to do something with these 2 colors together. I also have, this is another, I'm getting off on a tangent. No, the other one is better. Look at that, that's beautiful. Okay, all right, well, okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself with that. But anyway, so bamboo bloom is a yarn, and what I'll do is I'll just open up the skein so you can really see it. It is, and I just dropped what it's made with. It's considered a bulky yarn, I believe. This is bamboo bloom hand paints. They do have also, I think they still have that more solid but very subtle, solid, slight multicolors in it. And I'm just trying to see what, yeah, this is done with a 10 needle. So this is a bulky yarn. Well, they're saying a size 9, but I did my shawl with a size 10. It's 48 rayon from bamboo, 44 wool, and 8% acrylic. And this is what, and it's very soft. It's very soft. Oh my God. That is so amazing. You know I have to do something with that. Okay, so let me show you. This is thick and thin. So the wool is the slubs that you will see in this yarn. See those great big thick pieces? That is done in the wool. And then the rayon and bamboo are the shiny, skinnier parts of the yarn. So you get this really thick and thin, multicolored, fun yarn to work with. How pretty is that? Lovely. Okay, so when I first got this yarn in, it was kind of like, this is a tough yarn to figure out what to do with. I just thought it was cool yarn. So the first thing I did was just make a cowl. And what I did was, instead of just knitting, there's the cowl. I've made so many of these in different sizes. One skein will make this size right here. But as you can see, what I did was the smooth viscose bamboo part was knit. And this is in the round. And then when I got to the wool, I would purl it. Because whenever you purl, especially like a novelty yarn, it pushes it to the front of your work. So if you ever want, because I've seen people where they've made something with a novelty and they're like, oh, it's all on the wrong side. I had to pull it through on the right side. Just purl it and it will automatically make it come to the front. So, and that's all we did, is when you came to the woolly slub, you purled. And as soon as you were done with it, you resume knitting. And just a really easy project. It's so nice and drapey. So that kept us busy for quite some time. We made lots of cowls with this yarn. And then I also made this with the bamboo bloom. So here we go. And again, it makes really pretty fringe. And actually, even if you wanted to do the wrong side as the right side, there you go. So all your, or what you can do again is work your stockinette and purl your slubs so they come to the front. So this was, I believe, this took 2 skeins as well of the bamboo bloom. The bamboo bloom has 150 yards in it. But can you, so anyway, I don't know what made me think. Oh, I know, because I was, you know, it finished this and I had posted about the cumulus for this. And then I just started thinking about the bamboo bloom, that I still had the sample, but I hadn't been getting the yarn anymore. I kind of feel like it had played itself out and I just stopped carrying it for like the last couple of years. Plus I thought, it seemed to me that maybe they were discontinuing it. And that was my understanding. Well, for some reason, I went on the site to look at the yarn, or to, I don't know, just to check. Oh, I know, I needed to check about one of these patterns. And I didn't realize they had brand new colors. And so this was one of them. And do they have names? I'm not sure if they just, I think they give them, oh, wait a minute, I lost my paper here. I think they give them names as well as, it's, I think they're Japanese. This is mochi. So they do give them Japanese names as well. But I want to show you the other colors now. So we had that colorway, which is just so sherbety and so gorgeous. So this one's a little bit more toned down. So there you go, with the pretty pale pinks and more of a, what do you want to call it? Like a seafoam green. And this is color number. I posted, these are all up on the website. And this is 335. So they're all up on the website. You can check out the colors. But look how pretty that is. I'm going to have to find some other colors that will go nicely. The pale blue. Okay. Okay. So then what had caught my eye originally was this beautiful kind of light cafe au lait color. How pretty is that? And then we have another one. This is oh, I grabbed the same. Is it the same color or different color? Okay, it's a little different. It's not this color, but it has a little bit more beige, a little bit more browniness to it, a little more neutral. It still has that pretty pink and green. And I hate that when that happens, when it's so close. It's different. This one doesn't have the blue. This one has the blue in it. And then, talking of blues, here we go. There's blues and purples. And this color is 331. How pretty is that? And then, of course, pinks and purples and cranberries and gray is always gorgeous. Oh, I love this one too. This is so pretty. This would kind of go with the orange as well. But isn't that pretty? The orange and the purple together. Actually, let me grab some other colors here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. That's would look nice. Okay, you know that I have to do a project now with these 2 yarns put together. Yeah. And I have the project. And then this color, I think, I love this color. Look at this. Is that, look how pretty that is. The kind of minty green, kind of sea foam and blue, and there's some dark blue in there as well. How pretty is that? This is number 334. Yeah, so anyway, you can find those online. But then, let me show you the second project that was so popular in the store a while back. And I had so many people that were making like more than one of them. And this is a cowl also. And let me find you the pattern so you can see what it looks like on. Here it is. And Hanasaku, but there it is. And then that's a small size, and then they also have beautiful long size for that too. And this one, the short one, took one skein of the bamboo bloom, and then what we did was you can mix it with a solid, and that's where I'm thinking, oh, wouldn't this be great? This would work up a little heavier than the one that I'm going to show you, but that would be gorgeous. So this is it. These were the cowls. What I was finding that I was doing was I was taking Silk Garden, and let me see if I can grab a couple colors here. I would take Silk Garden, and here, I think these two. Okay, I would take Silk Garden with the multi. I like the two multis together very much. It's just very, very subtle, and you get so many more colors in there. But you can also do a solid, but you want to make sure it's a really good solid to go with it. You don't want some, I mean, I think this would be gorgeous together. Absolutely gorgeous together. I wouldn't want to do something, I did one color that I didn't really care for. It was a dark purple with a kind of purple multi, but because there was so much white in the skein, it would be like doing this with a really dark navy. I just didn't care for it. I thought there was too much contrast. That's where I like the multi with it. But I think if you get something that kind of blends somewhat, then I think that would be nice. But I'm going to have to try that. I'm just going to have to do that. So anyway, I do have the pattern for that. And yeah, I'm going to, this weekend, that's what I'm going to be doing. But this is really fun. It's a slip stitch pattern, super, super easy, and just a lot of fun. It's one of those kind of potato chip knitting projects. So let me just get a little sip here. Oh, so today's Saturday afternoon. I started doing this podcast a little bit earlier than usual. Hopefully my husband and I are going to maybe just go out for a little bite tonight. I'm going to keep it light. I'll tell you something. I have been so good, and maybe it's because I'm simply not eating enough, and my body thinks it's in starvation mode. But I've lost 8 pounds, but nothing's moved for the past couple weeks. My body is telling me that things are moving to the good, but the scale is not budging. So I'll just be ticked off at the scale, but I'm just not gonna let it get to me, and I'll just keep doing my thing. But I just feel like today is one of those, I'm so hungry right now as we're talking. I've been really good, and it's just like, okay, tonight is one of those nights that I need a little bit of a treat tonight. And then, back to normal tomorrow, but just not going crazy, just, having some bread tonight. I haven't been doing much bread at all, but yeah, so forging ahead. But okay, all right, what else to chat about? Let me look at my notes. Yeah, so I actually woke up this morning, and first thing I thought of, besides the fact I had a headache from the fan, but aside from that, I was thinking, today's Saturday, because sometimes I have to kind of think, what is today? What is today? And I'm like, no, it's not Friday. It is Saturday. It is definitely Saturday. So, and I got excited thinking about all the things I wanted to talk about and to be able to share these with you. I was so happy. And to share the new bamboo bloom. I was so happy that came in yesterday afternoon. It was like perfect timing. So I really wanted to talk about it. Let's see. Oh, okay. I mentioned the Christmas. I think I didn't say that. I had mentioned about the Christmas in July chicken. I also wanted to do, so next Saturday we're going to do the little shawl class, but next Sunday, next day at 12, from 12 to 1, I'm going to do a little, let's knit along. Let's do a little knit along in the shop and do a Zoom. So anybody wants to join me, anybody has any questions, I'm going to show provisional cast on and talk about it, because that's what you have to start with. Actually, yeah, I swear, each one of these chiclets is started in a different way. So I always have to think, wait a minute, which way did I do it with this? Yeah, they're kind of foolproof because you can do it however you want. And if you didn't start it the way that you maybe should have, it's okay, because you can fix it. You could do something a little later that makes it all good. So yeah, so 1 o'clock I will do a Zoom and in shop little mini class on the tutorial, and then we'll talk about a little bit about the Fair Isle as well. So just get you going. And so if you want to sign up for that, it's free, no charge for it. Yeah, just let me know that you want to be here. I will post the Zoom. I'll make an invitation for that too, and I'll post that up, but I will include it in the newsletter, next week's newsletter. For those of you that if you don't get the newsletter, I have a newsletter. You can go on my website and you just scroll down and you could just sign up nice and easy. Yeah, and you can get the newsletter. You can also get the newsletter on the Facebook. Every Tuesday night I post the newsletter up on Facebook. So I put a link, you just click on it, opens up the newsletter for you. Oh, and you also have to check on Facebook too. I finally got the album up of those of you that sent pictures for your Market Square bag and your chiclets. But keep sending pictures, because we did the drawing and everything, but keep sending your pictures. I have a little, yeah, that's right. I wanted to do another little drawing thing, but I need to check on one thing before I commit to that. But it has to do with chiclets. Let's see. Okay, yeah, and then, yeah, I've got everything here I want to talk about. Oh, I did want to also mention, I got more, this magazine. My goodness. Everybody loves this magazine because it's pretty. It's called Farm and Fiber Knits, which I think is such a great name for a magazine. The designs are great in here. The articles are wonderful. The pictures are beautiful. And that's another thing. Oh, see, I just finished saying that I wanted to start this. I can't start anything. I have to get, all right, so I'm working on this, and I have not made very much progress because I keep getting distracted and having to do other things. But that scarf right there, I need to work on that. That's in my bag. I need to work on this. I need to work on that this weekend, and then, let's see, tomorrow's Sunday. Monday. Yeah, and then I'll treat myself. I'll get a bunch of work done on that. I need the carrot and the stick, and then I'll start this project. But I'm not even going to take this home with me, because then I will break my promise and I will start this. So I can't do that. I have to get this finished. Plus, I was so excited to get started with it. It's going to be so pretty. But anyway, so I got more of these magazines in. You could not believe. Next time when I reorder these, I'm just going to order a whole bunch of them. Right, my reorder, I'm going to make it just a bigger number and just go from there with it. Okay, and then I wanted to also just talk about, what did I want to talk about? Oh, okay, so I wanted to thank Karen. I've got so many people with such great ideas. You were very, very excited when I mentioned about the little Advent idea that I had. All right, I'm not going to call it Advent because of the way I'm going to do it. Karen, thank you so much for this name. I did not know about this. Countdown calendar. That's what we're going to call it. I'm going to call it, sorry, let me write this down so I don't forget. Holiday countdown calendar. Now, I hope to have these, these kits will be done they're going to be pre-orders. I'm going to be working on this also. And as soon as I figure it all out, I will let you know pricing. But we're gonna do the kits. Oh, I don't think I had this ready for you the last time. Maybe I did. I don't think I did. I don't think I did. But if I did, I think I had it for Facebook, but not for you this past week. But there we go. These are going to be the little ornaments. These are going to be the little holiday chiclets, and each one is going to be different, and it's going to become boxed up, you know, like the regular advent calendars. So I'm working on that, and so you can have your choice of pre-ordering. I'm not ready to take the orders yet, but I mean, if you want to raise your hand and just let me know, a lot of you already have. We're going to do half dozen chiclets, and we're going to do a full dozen chiclets. And I think they're going to be so much fun. Look at the little eyes on this little chick. How cute is that? And they're all going to be different. And what I'm going to do is, it's really, really funny because I think I can, this is just really cute. I had a couple people in the shop. Well, I had this one person in the shop, and she was doing some shopping, and we were just talking. And I said, you know, what do you think about this idea? Because my sister had kind of put the kibosh on this. She thought it was a bad idea. She's like, oh, chiclets, people are going to be so tired of them. You guys, you're the ones that are keeping this alive. So I asked her, you know, what do you think about the idea of this, you know, the advent of doing these little holiday chiclets? You know, they'd be ornaments for the trees. And she goes, oh, I think it'd be lovely. She says, I'm Jewish, but I think that it would be a lovely idea. I'm like, the first person out of the gate that I decided to ask. But she thought it was a great idea. And I totally agree. And she was like, I'm going to give you lots of options so that if you want to do it as more holiday-ish, if you want to do it, you know, more Christmassy, or I'm going to also put things in for that if you want to use it for a Hanukkah too, because this gal was saying how she takes little things like ornament type things, but she puts them in different, you know, she displays them in different ways. And I'm like, that works. Or also, these would make adorable little, like a little extra added gift or a decoration on your package. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, so I think these will just be a great all round. So that's what I want to do, is just call it Holiday Countdown Calendar. And whatever your holiday is, it will just be great, and everybody can enjoy it and have fun with it. And yeah, I think so. I'm really excited about this, and I know a number of you are. So I just can't wait. I've already started doing my sketches for some of the different ones that I need to do, but I need to come up with 12 different designs. So that will be keeping me busy. Thank goodness, at least I started kind of reworking the pattern a little bit to accommodate it for the ornaments. But that's all I'm going to say anymore. I'm not going to be showing you anymore. You got to see this as a little preview. It doesn't even mean that this one is even going to be a design. I just put this on here just so that it gave it kind of a holiday look. But I'm going to probably change this. I know I'm going to change this. So whenever you get this, if you decide to order this, it's going to be totally a surprise, because I'm not sharing anything other than what I've told you about it. I've had some people ask me about patterns. Yeah, and I want to talk about that too. I've had some people ask me about, oh, can we get the pattern? And can we get it like sooner? And I think, and I would love to hear your opinions about this too, although ultimately I'm going to make the decision of what I'm going to do. I just feel that for the people that are purchasing the kits, I think it's fair to them to get it first. And then I can supply the pattern later. But these are going to be going out in November. So I think that works. So I think that'll make everybody happy that even if I decide to do, and if I do a pattern thing, I think that what I'll do is it'll be a pattern collection. So you can't just purchase one pattern. You'll be purchasing a collection of patterns. You know, kind of like the ebook thing, but I'm never say never. I wasn't really planning on putting them up on Ravelry. I think it's something that'll be just on my website. The whole thing of putting patterns up on Ravelry, I mean, it's great and everything, but for me personally, I'm not a pattern writer. I'm a knitter. I sell yarn. I write patterns to support the yarn that I'm selling. I'm not writing patterns just to sell patterns. I am happy, like what I'm doing right now, you know, selling some of the patterns for some of these things separately. That's fine. And as you see, some of them about one or two things, I don't remember what's up on Ravelry now. I think just one is up on Ravelry, but the other ones are on my website, and some they're in kit form. And I just kind of feel like as a shop owner, that's kind of my prerogative how I want to do that. Although I've been known that if I'm asked very nicely, that I will, you know, that you can get a pattern. I just don't. I need to sell yarn as well, so that you know, that's what I do. But I am happy. I mean, I do, you know, the chicken shawls. Those were free, and I was happy to do that. And it makes me happy to have people. I still see people downloading the patterns, or having people that are from out of the country asking me to email them to them. So that makes me very happy. It's just pattern writing is a struggle for me. I can read a pattern. I can knit up whatever it is, write my notes, but it's the putting it together. It's hard work to write a pattern, because you have to go into it that the reader, the maker, doesn't know anything. And it's so hard, even when you're trying to be really in that frame of mind, like, okay, I have to explain everything. There are just certain things you just can't help. You know how to do it, and you just don't think that you have to explain it. And so that makes it tricky to make sure that you explain everything. And that's why, like, my patterns can be very 1-2 pages. I know some people are like, you know, you should have more pages, you should have more pictures, you should. Part of me is the shopkeeper that's saying to myself, I don't know about some of you, when you purchase a pattern, I almost wish that Ravelry there would be some way of them being able to tell you how many pages, when you purchase this pattern, how many pages are you committed to printing out. Some of them it's really easy, because half the time when I print out a pattern, I'm printing out just what I need. I will look at, if I need to check like what a picture looks like, I will check it out, but I might just pick, you know, of like maybe a 8 or 9 page pattern, I might print a few pages of it. There's nothing more discouraging when I don't know about you, when I purchase a pattern and it's like 11 plus pages, and a lot of it's pictures. I mean, I'm thinking of my ink, cha-ching, 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 to print out all that, you know, those pictures, which it's nice to have a pattern that has beauty shots in it, but I don't want to print them out. If I want something that has beauty shots in it, I'm going to buy a book. And then I have all those beauty shots and my patterns, and I don't have to print it out. Yes, I paid more for it, but happily. I will do that happily if I don't have to be printing it out. So that's just all my thoughts about patterns and printing, because a couple times, and I've also learned, like when people, and so many of you, you know, you already get your Ravelry patterns. You've already got them in your library or whatever. Or sometimes you'll come into the shop and you not sure what pattern you're going to go with, and we kind of look through Ravelry and it's like, oh, that one would be great. And some of you don't have printers, or some of you, the printer's on the fritz or whatever, and you're happy to purchase the pattern through me, and I will do that for you. But most of the time I like to say, okay, here's the pattern, I'll send you the link so you can go ahead and purchase it and download it and print out however many pages of it that you want. But I would prefer to be left out of that part. I don't want to have to be printing them out. I do it I will do it for customers, but I have to say that when you print out a pattern and it is 11 plus pages and lots of color, and sometimes when you look at the pattern and you're like, there's only a page of two that I need for the actual following the pattern. Yeah, I don't want to have to print that out. So that's why I'll let you do that yourself. Yeah, so I got off on a little, not a rant. It's just that's just my observations over the years of printing out the patterns. I used to do it all the time, purchasing them and printing them out and for my customers. But now it's like, I think people have just kind of gotten with the program. They've already looked at and they already know what pattern they have. They've already got it. So I don't have to do that part. And yeah, I'm happy for you to do that part. So anyway, I don't know what I started talking about, but that's what I'm finishing talking about. So I think, yeah. So I have my work cut out for me. I'm gonna get something to eat, and then I will get this up later for you all. Of course, you're already watching it. I've already done the work. But I look forward to. So if you want to join me with either one of those classes and you don't live right around the corner, feel free to ask me about the Zoom link or check in the details below, and the link will be in there, so you can join me for either the Shawl on Saturday or the Chicklet on Sunday. And I would love to see you and chit chat with you and get some knitting done. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your weekend or day, whatever it is when you watch this. And thanks so much for all your great words and your great ideas. Some of the ideas, it's like, stop. Especially with the Chicklets, it's like, oh, you're killing me. You're just killing me. But there's such great ideas. So anyway, so have a great weekend. You all take care, and I will catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.